My wife is from Wisconsin. I'm Mexican, and so we have what's called an interracial marriage. If you don't have one, highly recommend it. 5 out of 5 stars. It's a beautiful thing. My favorite thing about having an interracial relationship or marriage is you get to learn about each other's cultures, okay? So like, okay, example, you guys probably all know, a lot of you are Latinos, so you know, for a lot of people, a lot of the US, the holidays end on New Year's Day on January 1st, but for us Latinos, it ends on Three Kings Day, right, on January 6th. So one of the customs that I taught my wife about Three Kings Day that we do on January 6th is that we go and storm the Capitol, right? Very, very old tradition. No, I got her the rosca de reyes. I just went to a bakery, a panaderia, and I got a rosca. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's like a king's cake that you see at Mardi Gras. It's just like a baked good, and then you eat it, and there's a baby Jesus inside, whatever. I didn't explain the whole thing to her because I feel like I don't really actually know it, but I got it. And that was like a cool thing about our culture, that I showed her, right? And a cool thing about her culture that she showed me was we got a DNA test for our dog. Just a very proud white woman tradition is pay $150 to have someone tell you that your puggle is in fact half pug, half beagle. Oh, cool. So what the name is what it is? Okay, cool. That's great.
Yeah.
Dude, we got our dog during the quarantine, during the first whatever pandemic, and dude, I had dogs when we were kids, but like I don't know, I didn't think I was gonna become like a dog dad, like just like the stupid voice. Does anybody here have dogs? And you got a stupid voice, right? Just that you only use for your dog. God, I sound like a fucking idiot. I'm just like, oh, what a good girl. I don't even say, like, I don't even enunciate. It's not good girl. I'm like, what a good girl. What a good girl. Which is like how my cousin from Mexico says Go-gurt. Oh, there's a Go-gurt? Oh, Go-gurt. My brother, he got a DNA test for people, not for dogs. And it was great because I always kind of wanted to do it, but like, I don't know, I don't want to spend the money, but then he was dumb enough to do it. And so now I just look at his results and I'm like, well, okay, it applies to me too. And much like our puggle, we are pretty much 50-50, right? A lot of Latinos were on that spectrum, European, native, right? And my siblings and I, we're right in the 50-50 mark, which is kind of where I thought we were. I always kind of figured we were right around the middle because I feel like I have enough European in me for white people to find me attractive, but like also enough native that I'm just too spicy for some people, It's like a fetish for some, that's why. This is how I like to explain it. This is how mixed I am. I am European enough that I could be a contestant on The Bachelorette, but I'm too native, I could never be the Bachelor. Maybe now, I guess. They've had a black bachelor, so maybe they'll one day have a Mexican bachelor. Fingers crossed. No, not me. I'm not saying hopefully one of these days I'll get the call. Oh my God. Honestly though, my wife would probably be excited. She'd be like, this would be so good for your career. And I'd be like, but what about our marriage? Should we get that for our marriage? Who knows? We just got married this year. We had a bicultural wedding, right? And I had to, at the wedding, I had to give a speech. I had to translate what she spoke and, announce to our family. And it was truly facing my biggest fear, which was having my friends realize that I'm not as good at Spanish as they think I am. So I was like, all right, if you don't speak Spanish and you hear me speak Spanish, you'd probably be like, wow, you're bilingual. And I would say, yes, I am better than you. But if you speak Spanish and you hear me speak Spanish, you'd be like, I'm sorry, are you having a stroke right now? What is going on? Why are you pausing? What's with that accent? And the problem is, I don't know if you guys can relate. Okay, I grew up speaking Spanish at home, with my grandma, right? So, I know grandma Spanish, I can tell you when the food is ready and when you're in trouble, and, that's it. I can talk about politics or science, Like, I'm like a middle school dropout in Spanish. Which sucks, because in English I'm pretty smart. In English I got a degree in engineering, right? I could tell you how the universe was created through the Big Bang Theory. And in Spanish, I couldn't even explain to you an episode of the Big Bang Theory. I'd be like, ¿Basinga? No sé. This is how bad my Spanish is. I feel like my Spanish sounds like Trump's English. Like we both do that thing where we get to a point where we want to use a word that we just don't know, right? It's not in our vocabulary, so we like stall, we overemphasize to try to buy ourselves some time, to think of it. We squint, we're looking for the word, and then we eventually default on like the one of 4 adjectives that we always overuse, right? So it could be like, hey Omar, how was the food? ¿Cómo estuvo la comida? I'd be like, oh, muy bueno. Lo mejor. That fool's running for president again. I don't know. I don't think he should. And like, honestly, like, for him personally, I don't think he should be president. It's just too much responsibility, right? For him, I don't think he likes it. It's too much work. Give him something, like, give him a job like owner of an NFL franchise. I feel like that would suit him better, right? Because then he could do like all the things that you know he wants to, right? Sexually harass women without repercussion. Right? Buying and selling black people. Like, I'm just saying, like, why is he worrying about building a wall to keep Mexicans out when he could focus his energies on building a defense to keep the Browns out of the end zone? That's what I think he should do. All right, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much.